Hello, welcome back to Otter Pop Culture. Today we're going over the top 10 albums of 2022. It's the end of 2022. There's been a lot of albums out there, and as much as I haven't really been keeping track or reviewing a lot of albums due to my personal reconstruction of my own personal life outside of this, I have been keeping track of them, listening to them. So I have been able to make a full-on top 10 album video. So in this video, these are the albums that I really like. And not really going off of what everybody else thought about albums, is more how I feel. And these albums really pulled me in and just made me feel so good. And I just love the productions, the storyline, all of these things. So I will do my top 10 as well as some honorable mentions as well. With that said, go ahead and leave a comment below too. Let me know what you thought. Let's get started. Started with number 10. Number 10 will be the Knox with their album called History. So this was one of the albums that I was anticipating for a long time, and each song that came out as a single was insane. I loved it, and I never really fell into the Knox album and listened to it fully and actually liked it. So this was a huge turn for me for when I saw it. I was like, oh my god. Slow Song with Dragonite, oh my god. It is one of my favorite songs. It was one of the first songs of this year where I was like, yeah, this is it. This is one of the best songs so far. There's a lot of features in this album, with Foster the People, Parson James, Muna, with them doing a song with Bodies, which is a song I heard repeatedly, and I played it repeatedly until the album came out, and it was just like, wow, it's still great. Yoki Lore, and also Donna Missiles. I have kept track of pretty much her career up to now, and I just love to see that she's doing a little bit of dance as well, because I think her voice definitely matches that really nicely, and I think she's just somebody everybody should watch for, because she is so talented and she's just a great songwriter too. Yeah, it's just a great album. It's really great. I highly suggest it for anybody that's into it. Going into the next one's gonna be number 9 for FAK Twigs. Or FKA Twigs, and her mixtape called Capri Songs. Capri Songs. This album actually surprised me. I'm very on and off with when it comes to her and her albums. I feel like I fall more into it. This shows that I feel like I fall more into her mixtapes and EPs. When it gets to her albums, I feel like my attention span kind of fizzles away. But this definitely kept my attention the whole time. I loved it. Honda is so great. It's such a great song. It's literally, I think the best thing about her is that when she writes songs, you can visualize it. You can mentally see the idea of what she's trying to make out of the song. Yeah, some of my songs I love is Honda, Meta Angel, Oh My Love, Poppy Bones. Oof, Poppy Bones is so good. Jealousy, Darjeeling with Georgia Smith, who's also very amazing. It's just a really great album. It has like a dark sound to it, which I like. It's just a really good mixtape. Going to number 8 will be the band called Coin and their album called Uncanny Valley. So this album is a very good album. I was waiting for it because the song that I got into, which one was it? I think it was Chapstick. I was like, oh, I like Chapstick, it's cute. So I fell into the album when it came out, and I liked the idea that it's talking about a computer that falls and it tries to learn about love. It does have a sad ending though, because he's like, I want to feel about love. So he goes and experiences it, and all the ups and downs and nuances that comes with it. And when he comes out was like, the the decision that he decides to do is just get plugged right back in, because he's like, yeah, no, this is not for me. I'd rather just get plugged in and be exactly a computer like I usually am, because this love is hard, it's tough. But I feel like they end the album with Loving, which talks about the idea of what love is and how it is something that is still a beautiful thing. So keep loving, even though Plug Me In was the last song before that, saying like, nope, this is not what I want, kind of thing. It's a beautiful album, and the one song that really pulled me in, that made me just like, oh, I'm so in, was Brad Pitt. I love Brad Pitt. That song is so good. The guitar riffs, the explosion in the song, and it's just unapologetic too, and it kind of feels kind of gritty in a way too. Like it feels like they're playing like a garage band inside a leaky, low-key, kind of dirty basement. They're like practicing in it, but for some reason, like that's the whole charm of it. But yeah, it's a really great album. Going to number 7 will be Cannons, the band Cannons, and their album Fever Dream. Oh my god, this is the first time I actually got into them like full album wise, and I loved it. They are a very kind of like dreamy, like 80s pop rock kind of sound. It's melting. It's like Lana Del Rey, how I see her as like she's when you hear her songs, it's like she's melting. This feels like it's melting with style. I just love it. Hurricane just pulled me in. I love Hurricane. Hurricane, Tunnel of You, Bad Dreams, Ruthless, Come Alive, Purple Sun. Just great songs. It's a really good album. Highly, highly recommend it. Going to number 6, we have Ari Lennox and her second album called Age, Sex, Location. So this is an R&B singer. She is somebody that I fell into her singles, but I never really got into her albums. And I did know that she had an album that came out beforehand, before this album, and I did listen to it eventually after this album. But this album is so smooth. It's effortless. It feels like it's touching on all the ideas of transitioning yourself into self-love and self-worth and self-esteem, while experiencing what those things that caused her to come to that conclusion. So when you start off a song with with a song called POF, oh my god, this Plenty of Fish pretty much what it's talking about, and it's just the idea of her feeling just like, what is going on? Like, I am coming across these guys that are just want to control everything I do and want to just take my own self-worth I already have for myself. Like, for example, it's like she talks about in the first verse how he wants her to move in with him, even though she just bought a beautiful house and she's very proud of it. She's picked the floors and everything, and she's like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I just established myself. I'm not gonna just tear that down just because you want something, you know? And I think it just kicks off that confidence that she's looking for, and she achieves it near the end. And I love that. Some other highlights would be Hoodie, Good, Outside, Pressure, Waste My Time, Boy Bye with Lucky Day. That song you never get those kind of duets like that when it's like the back and forth. That feels like they're just kind of ad-libbing this whole song, and it's so good. It is so natural. She has a great voice, and I just I'm official fan. Going to number 5 is gonna be Yuna and her album called Wi-Fi. Or Wi-Fi. So I am a huge fan of Yuna. I think she is such a great singer. She's such a great lyricist. Just amazing. And there's something about how smooth her vibe is and her songs are. I got into her back in 2013 with the song I Wanna Go, but I officially honed into her with her 2019 album Rogue. So good. In this album, it just talks about love and self-worth and all that kind of things, like just a smooth, good R&B album. Some of the highlights I like is Penton 171330, Hello, Make a Move, uh, what's the Risk It All, and Full for You. I love those songs. The whole album is actually really good. I starred every single song. It's a good mood, it's a good album if you want to kind of get into the mood of just feeling, just chilling out and listen to it. It's so nice. Going into number 4 is Ravina and her second album called Asha's Awakening. This blew my mind. Blew my mind. I got into her song Rush. Loved it. The Bollywood meeting R&B, it's gold. It's complete gold. And and then the album just expanded it so well. I just love it. It's the highlights I like is Rush, Secret, Time Flies. Oh, Time Flies with that drum. It's so great. Ash's Kiss featuring Asha Puthli. That song right there is so good, and I like it. I kind of have it. I have it in my meditation playlist. It's just so perfect. And then speaking of meditation playlist, another one I have is her last song called "Let Your Breath Be a Flower," and I love it because it pretty much is a meditation itself. It's a long 15-minute, I think, meditation, and it's just so refreshing to hear. I love it. It ends a song. It just feels like a palate cleansing to conclude the album, and I just love that. Number 3 is going to be Demi Lovato, Holy Fuck. So, Holy Fuck is a surprise to me. I thought the artist starting over was decent. I just felt like it was a bit commercially. I did like what she was saying, but I felt like I felt like there's a weird space that she wasn't going deeper into this like space of how she actually felt about certain things. She didn't. But I felt like it was still a little bit fun. I still wanted to look. I feel like she has bite, and she always has bite in the way that she speaks, in the way that she does stuff, and I love that about her. So I felt like starting over was just kind of like here we are, I'm starting over. But I feel like Holy Fuck is like, I'm going to tell you exactly how I feel about what my situation, how I feel about people, how I feel about what you think about me, and all these past stuff that you have said about me. Here's what I really think. And she just lets it out. And it actually is rock. It's like different types of rock too. You get some Nine Inch Nails kind of feel. You get some like punk. You get just different touches of different ones. And I think it works so well. And she can honestly sing over anything, but she just killed it. I love the fact that she went back to rock, because she kills it with rock. The highlights I really like is Freak, Eat Me, so good. It's so good. Get into it. Eat Me, Heaven, Help Me. Those songs they just slap me in the face. It's just like, wow. That's all I said. Each time the next song came out, I was like, wow, kind of thing. Shout out to Dead Sarah for jumping on this. That was perfect. Royals and a Serpent. Yes, thank you. That was so great. They just killed it. Going to number 2 is Tom Aspal and his second album called Life in Plastic. I love this guy. I came across him from his song Indiana, and kind of just watched him kind of collect like singles after singles, and he finally released Black Country Disco, which I also reviewed back in 2020, and I fell in love. I loved it. I love the disco-ness. I love the fact that he actually has a narrative. We actually have a gay male narrative talking about what it's like to be in a gay community as a gay male, in that gay male space of community, and just talking about like having a breakup in London and having to move back into his hometown to kind of lick his wounds and everything, and how he over time in that album, he built a little confidence to the end where he has all the confidence. And then this one's more of, now I'm trying to get over the ex because he keeps on fucking calling and trying to push his way back into my life, But while I'm also moving on from that, I'm also exploring my singleness and learning about the hookup life and stuff like that and what it means to me and everything. And a lot of positives in that direction because I feel like there's been a lot of albums that talk about like, oh, now I'm single and I'm hooking up, but hooking up's not what I want. And I was like, sometimes it's what some other people do want. You should be both ways. It's up to the person. And I think hookup life can be healthy. And he talks about that. He touches on that a good handful of times. Highlights I like, and these are just a few of them. Let Them, It's All Love. Kiss It, love Kiss It. Statues with this weird kind of like aqua kind of like kind of sound with it. And then Hey Amigo was such a surprise. I wasn't sure what's gonna happen, but then we came out with that French lyrics and just like, oh, okay. It's really good. It's a full on I can listen to a full on album without any like skips. Going to the final song, which is Actually, I'm gonna do a couple of honorable mentions before I go into these guys. So honorable mention is gonna go shoot them out is going to be Emily Blue with After Love. Love that album. Amber Mark with Dimensions Deep. Zella Day with her Anticipation album that I just Sunday in Heaven. So glad it finally came out. Rosalia with Motomami. Sticky Fingers with their Laker Boy. Charlie CX with Crash. Dayglow with People in Motion. Tuvlo with her Dirty Femme. Carly Rae Jepsen, again, she's just killing it like usual with her Loneliest Time. Beyonce with Renaissance. Craig David with 22. Once again, another great album. Like he's just killing it. And finally, Young the Giants with American Bollywood. What a heart tugging and such a beautiful, beautiful album. With another one that touches on Bollywood like Ravina, but adds alternative rock with it. So great. Finally, so number one album of this year for me is gonna go to Surfaces. Surfaces in their I didn't even write down in my notes of what number album this one is. With their album called Hidden Youth. Oh my god, they did it again. They released another album that became the summer soundtrack for myself, and I still listen to it now. Now it's my alarm. And it's so good. I love it. They came out with Pacifico 2021, and I feel like that was the album that like sealed me in, because I listened to them before. I kept track of their other albums, but that one sealed me in because it was just like, wow, every single song I love. So them doing it again, wow. These Texans that moved to California and just blended their Texan feel with the California feel and just harmonizing them together, just so great. Highlights that I love is I Can't Help But Feel, Falling Again, Rooftops, Open Water, just great songs. I'm so proud of these guys. Forrest and Colin killed it. Thank you so much for watching. If you have an idea about or additional stuff to how you feel about these albums I listed, let me know. Once again, if you have your top 10, I would love to see it in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe button, notification button too. Thank you so much. I will see you all in the next year, 2023. And also, side note, there will not be a video for the songs, but I will be sending them over to my Instagram, the OtterPop Culture Instagram, where I will post all of those songs on there so you can see them, hear them, and all that fun. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in 2023.